what jumps out from his question, I want to end samsara. It's big, big thing. I want to end samsara. And then we must look, where did samsara begin? You see? Where did samsara begin? I will show you. Where did samsara begin? It begins when you say I and take I to be personal. When you say I and you take I to be a person or personal, poof, samsara. How to end samsara then? I don't want to give you philosophical answer. It will not help you. I don't want to give religious answer. It will not help you. Have to give practical answer. You want to find the end of put an end to something, find out how it began. And then go before the beginning. How does it begin? When you touch I. And the I, because all beings we say I. Naturally, nobody taught you I. Every other word you learned. Who taught you I, which is the great grandmother of all words? Because when you say I, you don't question I. Everything else you question. When you say I, and I means me person. I am this person. Samsara begins right there. Samsara means what? The ocean of suffering. Samsara means ocean of suffering. It means when the life is full of delusion, confusion, judgments, fear, anxiety, depression, broken promises, broken dreams. Then the beings, they're tired, they're frustrated, they're unhappy, they're suffering. This is samsara. Okay? How to stop it? How to stop? Then when you say, for whom is samsara? For whom is samsara? Who feels the impact of samsara? Who suffers samsara? And don't give the answer you have read. Because if the suffering is here, then the answer is also here. Who is suffering it, you see? If you say, I am the one, which is the natural answer, I am the one. It's my question. I am the one suffering. Then I am going to ask something. Show me the sufferer. Who exactly says, I am suffering? You see, it will seem a very strange thing for me to say because you are so convinced. It's me. I'm not asking you who. You see, I'm asking you, help me. So it's me. And this is where the problem begins. You are totally convinced that you are the one who is suffering it. I'm not saying, no, it's going to turn out to be your uncle or your sister. It's going to be right here behind the feeling of me, because the feeling of me is taken to be a fact, and I want you to see that it is a fiction and to find the fact. Who are you as the fact, not the fiction? But most people will believe that this I who say, I am suffering, help me, I'm drowning, this one is the fact. So if we can understand just this one, we are going to be quite happy, I think. Who is the one who is suffering samsara? Because everyone is claiming, it's me, Mooji, why are you talking about? Just give me your hand, pull me out. If you hear my words and follow them, you'll find yourself out. You'll find yourself out. Who is the one exactly who is suffering samsara? So the reflex answer, it's me. Let's get on with it. I'm going to slow you down and say, let's look into this me sense. Because you have put your whole life behind this me, this sense of I. Why your whole life? Because you accept it without question. Does anybody follow what I'm speaking? When you accept something without question, you have put your whole life on top of it. So this is why I ask you, you who suffer samsara, because your question is, I want it to stop. I asked you, how did it start? You could not answer. I told you it starts when you touch the feeling of I, which is very natural because all of us, have the natural feeling of I. When you speak, when you think, you say, I think, I speak, I live, I go, I want, I. When I ask you, what is I? Because nobody asks you what is I. Everyone assume if they see a female body there, it is a woman. You are a woman. If they see male body, you are a man. If they see old body, you're an old person. You see? That's what they see. But the one inside, what do they see? Who do they take themselves to be? It is more important who you take yourself to be than who other people take you to be, isn't it? We have to find out who is functioning inside this body and what idea do they have about who they are. And if you feel that you are a person, then you are very suited for samsara. I am tired of this. I need this. I'm in trouble. This is samsara language. Samsara language. How to stop it, you see? How to stop it? Find out who started it. Find out who is affected by it. And you say, it starts with the feeling, I am. Then let's start to go into this I truly. When you say I, what is the substance of your I? Now, first of all, these questions, your mind don't want it. Your mind don't want you to listen to what I'm going to tell you. It's going, no. Blah, 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 blah. It doesn't want you to know. And I'll tell you why it doesn't want you to know. Because the moment you are discovering your true self, the psychological mind is losing power over you. The moment you begin to not only understand, but to experience what you are, it has become so contagious, it is so attractive, that you're going to be moving away from the old mindset, from the old idea and old identity. You're not going to want him because you have a higher taste once you discover that which is in here, but as yet is undiscovered. How to stop samsara. They say samsara is like a wheel that is always turning. How to stop this wheel? Get off. Get off is the first big experience. Get off the wheel. Dismount. let the wheel go on by himself. Okay? That's one way. There's another way. Wake up. You wake up and you realize, I was dreaming, I was on a wheel called samsara. And the one who was on the wheel was just an idea I have of who I am. I have never been on any wheel.